Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news all right. Bears fans, buckle up because the NFL rumor mill is buzzing with some serious potential shakeups. And one of the most intriguing scenarios involves none other than Andrew Thomas, the star left tackle of the New York Giants. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Why would the Giants, a team that's been struggling this season with a record of 2-11 and a rebuilding mindset, be willing to part ways with a cornerstone like Thomas? Well, there's talk that they're exploring a rebuild, and with their cap space of around $15 million, they're looking to reset the roster, especially on the offensive line, which has been a real weak point for them. The Giants are reportedly open to trading Thomas in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026, which could be a huge boost for their future draft capital. This move, if it happens, would be a clear sign that they're prioritizing a rebuild, even if it means parting ways with one of their best linemen. Now, why would the Bears be interested? Well, for starters, Chicago's offensive line has shown flashes of promise, but still needs that elite piece to really solidify their protection up front. Remember, the Bears allowed 35 sacks last season, and while they've made some improvements, adding someone like Thomas could be a game changer. This guy is a proven NFL starter, a 10-year veteran, and he's still in his prime at just 26 years old. His PFF grade last season was an impressive 85.7, which is above average for an offensive tackle. Over 11 games in 2025, he only allowed 1 sack, and his pass-blocking grade was a solid 82.9, especially considering he went up against some of the league's best pass rushers. In particular, his performance against the Eagles was noteworthy. He allowed 0 pressures in 30 pass-blocking snaps, demonstrating his ability to handle elite pass rushers when fully healthy. His run-blocking grade was even higher at 88.4, and he averaged 2 yards contact per run block, showing his ability to create running lanes and sustain blocks. Of course, there's some concern about his ankle injury that limited him in Week 5, but even with that, his grades against top-tier defenses and pass rushers are solid. His overall performance this season has been a testament to his resilience and talent. Plus, he's known for his pancake blocks, 40 last season alone, which shows he's not just a reliable protector but also a physical force on the line. The Giants, meanwhile, are in a bit of a tough spot. They're looking to reset their roster, and their cap space will allow them to target other areas, especially with a focus on improving their quarterback situation and offensive line protection. They've allowed a whopping 45 sacks this season, and their pass protection has been leaky at best. So, trading away Thomas for future draft capital makes sense from their perspective. They're prioritizing their rebuild and possibly looking to find a young quarterback or other key pieces that can help turn things around. Now, for the Bears, acquiring a player like Thomas would be a massive boost. Chicago's offensive line has been a work in progress, but with Thomas anchoring one side for a decade, the Bears could finally solidify their blindside protection. Imagine a line where the left tackle position is locked down for the next 10 years. It's the kind of stability that helps develop a young quarterback and opens up the run game. This would be a major step toward building a balanced offense, especially with the current roster showing promising signs on both sides of the ball. Looking ahead, if the Bears manage to land Thomas, the impact could be felt immediately. His presence on the line would likely improve their pass protection significantly, which is crucial for Justin Fields and the overall offense, considering that the Bears averaged around 28.2 points per game this season. Adding elite protection could push that number even higher. Plus, with the offensive line's performance projected to improve by around 18% in terms of creating a clean pocket, going from 60% to approximately 71%, the Bears could see a big jump in offensive efficiency. The potential upgrade on the line could also translate into better run blocking. With Thomas's ability to create lanes and sustain blocks, the Bears could see an increase of around 20 yards per game on the ground, moving from 120 to 140 yards. This balance between the run and pass game is exactly what Chicago needs to keep defenses honest. And let's not forget, improved protection often leads to more success on third down. The projection indicates the Bears could bump their third down conversion rate from 43.9% to about 52%. That kind of efficiency keeps drives alive, controls the clock, and ultimately puts more points on the board. Now, some of you might be wondering about the division implications. The NFC North is fiercely competitive, and right now, the Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings are both looking strong. But a move like this could shift the league's perception of the Bears from a rebuilding team to a legitimate contender. The NFC landscape is wide open, and with the right offseason moves, the Bears could accelerate their rise. A solidified offensive line that includes Andrew Thomas would give Justin Fields the protection he needs to unlock his full potential, and that could be the spark Chicago needs to make a serious playoff push next year. Remember, the Bears have a promising core, and bolstering the offensive line could be the missing piece to finally turn those close games into wins. Looking at the bigger picture, the betting odds reflect the rising confidence in the Bears' potential. The Super Bowl odds have moved from plus 4,000 to plus 2,500, which indicates that the betting community is starting to believe in Chicago's chances of making a deep playoff run. The NFC North odds have also shifted, with the Bears now at plus 160, signaling that they're seen as a real contender to challenge the Packers and Vikings. And if they add a player like Andrew Thomas, those odds might tighten even more as their Super Bowl and division hopes get a serious boost. This kind of move would also send a message across the league. The Bears are committed to winning now, not just building for the future. It's a signal to the rest of the NFC that Chicago isn't content with just competing. They want to dominate. And it's a move that could energize the fan base, boost team morale, and set the tone for a new era of Bears football. Imagine a Soldier Field filled with excitement, witnessing Justin Fields dropping back behind Thomas, knowing that the offensive line is finally in sync and ready to dominate. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL, and there are always risks involved with trading draft capital for proven talent. But in this case, the potential upside far outweighs the downside. The Bears have the pieces to make a deal work, and with the right negotiations, landing Andrew Thomas could be the catalyst that propels them to new heights. Imagine the roar of the crowd, the feeling of finally having a true franchise left tackle protecting your quarterback for the next decade. It's a dream scenario, but one that could very well become reality if the stars align. Now, let's talk about the cultural impact. Bringing Thomas to Chicago would be more than just a football move. It would be a statement. It would send a message to the entire NFC North and the league that the Bears are ready to compete at the highest level. It would energize the locker room, inspire the young talent, and give the fans one more reason to believe in this team's bright future. The history of Chicago Bears football is filled with legendary offensive linemen, and adding a player like Andrew Thomas would be a continuation of that proud tradition. So fans, keep your eyes peeled. This rumor might develop into something more concrete in the coming weeks, and if it does, it could change everything for the Bears. The NFL offseason is always full of surprises, but sometimes a bold move like this can be exactly what a team needs to turn the tide and start a new chapter of success. The potential is there, the pieces are falling into place, and all that remains is for the Bears to make the right call. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think adding Andrew Thomas could be the game changer for Chicago? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. Remember, the offseason is where dreams start to take shape, and sometimes the boldest moves lead to the greatest victories. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. Let's go, Bears!